What are my favorite songs from Bon Jovi? This is the Rock and Roll Weatherman. My name is Sean Morrison, and I'm going to be going over every album, and I'm going to at least name a favorite or two from each Bon Jovi album that was released. And for those that ask and don't know, Bon Jovi has released 15 studio albums, with a 16th to come out, which of course is the one called Forever, which is coming out in June. Now, getting back to the first album, the self-titled debut, that came out January 21st of 1984. Of course, my favorite song off that album is Runaway, hands down. Hope they bring that song back live into their set list. Also, love the song Shot Through the Heart and She Don't Know Me. Those are my top three. And for an honorable mention, I will go with Burning for Love. Those are my top four for the self-titled album from Bon Jovi. Now going to 1700 Degrees Fahrenheit, which came out in 1985, March 27th. My favorite tracks on there are Silent Night, Tokyo Road, In and Out of Love, and Only Lonely. Now, we go to their breakthrough album, Slippery When Wet. Came out August 18th, 1986. No, Living on a Prayer is not my favorite song off the album. Definitely is not. It is I Die For You. And that's a deep track from Bon Jovi. Let It Rock comes in at number 2. You Give Love a Bad Name, number 3. Coming in number 4, Wild in the Streets. Now we go to the Bon Jovi album, New Jersey, that came out September 19th of 1988. And that will include my favorite songs, my favorite top 4 songs on there will be Born to Be My Baby, Blood on Blood, Bad Medicine, and 99 in the Shade. Now, it came out November 3rd of 1992, the Keep the Faith album, which was album number 5, and I'm going to go with my favorite tracks off of that are In These Arms, I Believe, Bed of Roses, and I'll Sleep When I'm Dead. Then the next album, then the Crossroads album came out. You know, I'm not really going to get into the greatest hits ones as much, but there was new tracks on there, and my favorite new studio one was definitely Someday I'll Be Saturday Night. June 27th, 1995 was album 6 from Bon Jovi called These Days. Not one of my favorite Bon Jovi albums. So to say my 4 favorite songs on there have to be Hey God, Something for the Pain, and This Ain't a Love Song. All 3 of them are in a row. And we will go with Lie to Me. And I'm being sincere on that. Now we go to the Crush album that came out on June 13th of 2000, which was considered a comeback album for the band. Of course, It's My Life. One of my favorite off that album. One Wild Night. Just Older, and Thank You for Loving Me. Now we go to the Bounce album that came out October 8th of 2002, and you want to know what Mr. Morrison's favorite songs from that album are, and they are Undivided, second favorite is Misunderstood. Then we got Bounce, and then Every Day. Now we go to Have a Nice Day, came out September 20th of 2005, and my favorite tracks off this album are Have a Nice Day, Who Says You Can't Go Home, Last Man Standing, and Novocaine. Now we're going to go to the Lost Highway album, which came out on June 19th of 2007. And we are going to go to my favorite tracks off of that album. The first one is that one called You Want to Make a Memory. Then that's number one. Number two is going to be Lost Highway. Then we have Whole Lot of Leaving. And lastly, I'm going to go with Till We Ain't Strangers Anymore, and that featured Leanne Rimes. Now I'm going to go to the 2009 album that came out November 10th of that year called The Circle. And on that album was We Weren't Born to Follow. That was my favorite off of it. Superman Tonight comes in at number 2. Love's the Only Rule comes in at number 3. Number 4, Work for the Working Man. Then we go into What About Now, which came out March 8th of 2013. And of course, the title track. I'm sorry, not the title track. Because We Can is my favorite track off the album, followed by That's What the Water Made Me, and What About You? What About Now? And Amen. And we'll get back to one of the greatest hits afterwards. Burning Bridges, the 13th studio album from Bon Jovi, and favorite tracks off of it are We Don't Run, Saturday Night Gave Me Sunday Morning, Burning Bridges, and Fingerprints. Then This House Is Not For Sale came out November 4th of 2016, and lots of great songs off of this, and my top ones are This House Ain't Not For Sale, Knockout, Living with the Ghost, and New Year's Day. And we're going to put a fifth honorable mention since it was on the reissue in 2018 and for the song When We Were Us. And then 2020 in October came out the album 2020, also known as The Pandemic. You know, some songs I didn't really, there's one, the George Foreman song I give two shits about. Do What You Can, Limitless, Let It Rain, and Brothers in Arms are my favorite songs off of that record 2020. Friends, if you're not subscribed to the Sean Morrison YouTube channel, please do so. Everyone else out there, subscribe to me. Thank you much for the continued love, honor, and support. It is greatly appreciated. Forever is coming out June 7th, 2024, and the first single, Legendary, I do enjoy. And then there were a couple of live albums. I'm not going to get into them. Like I said, the greatest hits ones that I did talk about Crosswords. I'm not going to do the box set. There was unreleased stuff on there, but Edge of a Broken Heart is always an honorable mention. I believe it appeared on there. Now, the greatest hits one that came out in 2010. The new tracks on there that I like the best are definitely No Apologies, as well as What Do You Got? So, friends, what are your favorite Bon Jovi songs from every album? You can leave the comments here. Like I said, didn't focus on the live albums or the box set. It's mostly the studio albums. So, your favorite Bon Jovi tracks off of each album, your favorite four. Shame, shame, shame